Well, I'm walking around here outside of Washington, D.C. It's May. We had our April showers. Now I'm looking for the May sunshine, but I don't see it yet. Anyway, just dropped my granddaughter off at the school bus, so I thought I'd record a short intro video here. I recently just got Mass Effect Legendary from Steam. They had they're having a sale, so picked it up for a good price. And I played with it a little bit, and now I think I'm going to do a gaming video on Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I've seen a few of them out there, but I'm going to try and make this one a little different, more about how to play rather than how I play. Although, since I'm going to be doing it, that's what it's going to be, how I play. So we'll see how it comes out. The introductory video features Liara, Tali, Rex, Garrus, and for some reason Miranda, and then we drop to the actual startup screen from there. From here we have the press any key to continue, which takes us to the actual game selection screen. Before jumping into any one of the games, we're going to select the options from the bottom slightly to the left of center button. On this screen we can set several options for all three games. These are all pretty basic. They should be self-explanatory. No need to go into real detail here. Going back to the main screen, I'm going to select the Mass Effect 1 game for this playthrough. A quick note, I found out later, if you've actually played this game before in Legendary Edition, there will be a resume as well as a start button at the bottom of the game icon. Once we select the Mass Effect game, we're brought to the Mass Effect entry image, which I haven't seen in quite a few years. After that, we come to a quick video of a Mass Effect relay before we drop into the Mass Effect startup screen with the press any key option. Once we press any key, we're brought to a short menu screen with Start New Career, Extras, and Exit Back to Launcher. I believe if you've done a complete playthrough, you will have a resume with a old save from a game you finished already where you can start with that character that's already been leveled up. We're going to take a look at the extras first, though. Extras takes us to a secondary menu screen with achievement, options, and credits. As you can see, since this is my first playthrough on Legendary Edition, I have no achievements. All the medals are dark. As you work your way through the game, hit various plot points, or achieve various goals, you will get a particular medal that will light up. The challenge for a lot of people is to get all these lit up. Hitting the little return arrow in the bottom right takes us back to that secondary menu where we can take a look at the game options for Mass Effect. Topping our list on the options menu is the graphics settings. This provides some pretty standard settings that you're probably familiar with in most other games. As you scroll through these settings, you will see a little bit of text at the bottom of the screen describing what each one does. So set them up to best suit your playstyle. Hit the return icon again. The calibration menu lets you play around with the screen's brightness and contrast to better suit your play style and your actual display. The sound option lets you set the actual volumes of the dialogue, the sound effects, and the music. The control settings allow you to adjust your controller or your mouse and your keyboard. For example, my son always plays with invert Y-axis on, I always play with it off. Adjust these to suit your play style. Next we have key bindings. This is where you list everything that has a binding to something for the various stages of the game, like walking, moving left, moving right, drawing your gun, holstering your gun is in this section. You wonder what any of the keys actually do. You can scroll through here and you can actually change the keybind. Now let's look at some actual gameplay options. First is difficulty for combat, anything from casual to insanity. Here it's set on normal. I usually leave auto level up off. Then we have level scaling, legendary mode. This is legendary or classic mode. Classic mode, it has the original Mass Effect leveling system, which I believe capped at 60. In legendary mode, it caps at 30, but you level up faster. You still get the same number of powers and points, etc. But in actually legendary mode, you can level up in one game. I usually use squad powers set to all. You can have it for defensive or none. Choice is up to you in this case. A couple more options in this section. Auto save is what it says it is. Enable tutorials and reset tutorials. Now we can work our way back up the menu tree till we get back to the start new career option, where we can actually start working on our player character. At this point, we get to walk through another short introductory video to the player character creation menu. After that, we can work on the character.
Classified information requested. Establishing secure connection. Secure connection confirmed.
We can choose either the male or female default characters or use enter a new ID to create our own character. In this case, we're going to create a new character, so we go to enter new ID. Now we jump to either custom or quick start characters. Quick start characters allow you to adjust a few things. A custom character allows you to adjust everything. We're going to go with custom character here. Your character is always Shepard, but you get to choose your first name. And after doing this, we'll get another short video about a corrupt database and having to rebuild your character.
Warning, data corruption detected. Please reconstruct profile. Confirm pre-service history.
The first thing to set when you reconstruct your profile is pre-service history. You've got three choices: Spacer, Colonist, or Earthborn. You select one and you read the description. Pick the one you like to use. I'm going with the Spacer one.
Confirm psychological profile.
Set your psychological profile. You've got three choices here also: Soul Survivor, War Hero, and Ruthless. Read the descriptions. I'm going to be going with War Hero.
Confirm military specialization.
The previous two choices affect some encounters in the game. This next choice, military specialization, affects the whole game. A soldier is your basic warrior, an engineer is your basic tech, and adept is your basic mental or biotic character. The infiltrator is a combination of soldier and an engineer. The sentinel is a combination of the engineer and the adept, and the vanguard is a combination of the soldier and adept. So choose carefully here.
Confirm facial identification.
The last step in character creation is deciding what your face will look like. There are a number of preset profiles you can select from, and then you can go in and modify a lot of facial features in each of the profiles to come up with what you want. It's an interesting process. We're not going to go into too much detail here. You'll have to play around with it while you're in the game.
Profile reconstruction complete.
Once you're finished with your face, you can go ahead and save your profile. After saving your profile, you'll hit the game's option screen one more time, and after that, you will be in the game proper.
Identification confirmed.
The game opens with a short video having Shepard looking out a window on the Normandy, the spaceship you use in the game.
Shepard? He's a spacer, lived aboard starships most of his life.
He is being discussed by several off-screen characters in this discussion. Some of your choices for your character profile will be mentioned.
Until reinforcements arrived.
He's the only reason Elysium is still standing.
We can't question his courage.
Humanity needs a hero, and Shepard's the best we've got.
I'll make the call.
And then you'll be put onto the ship where you're walking towards the cockpit, and after you get there, you'll actually be dropped into the game, and that's where the fun really starts. So we'll take up next time at that point.